All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some oxygen not included. Well, today I was planning to reform the ranch thingy, but we caught. Well, let's just say we ran out. I wouldn't say we ran out of time, but you know, we ran out. We don't have time today. We'll have time to probably tomorrow, hopefully, once everything goes. We'll see if things go well or not, man. But since I only have like realistically a hour or two, basically, I'm gonna decide to spend that time mining out these entire sections. So we're basically gonna be setting up the infrastructure for this thing, and then we call it. We could worry about about finishing the design and all the placements and all that shit on the next stream. Just because this stream a little bit on the shorter side, just because I gotta end a little bit early. So you know, don't expect us to do everything today. I think one thing that I'm actually gonna be doing is that we're gonna overhaul our oxygen generation. The thing is that I need more oxygen eventually, because if we want to support up to X amount of dupes, aka each of them is like around 8 approximately. I don't think it's like a hard 8, you know. I think it's just like, yeah, around 8. Oh yeah, I forgot we're overhauling like a bunch of stuff right now. There's a lot of stuff. It's honestly kind of amazing to see like how cold our base has been getting. I guess then again, you know, that's just the factor of this thing actually dropping below 15C. So like, as you could probably tell, our base is beginning to cool down. Now this liquid, our body of liquid, is not cooled down significantly, but overall the water, it would generally spread. It doesn't spread as quickly as this thing, just because this thing has like a billion temperature shift plate, because we want it to have or we want this thing to be, you know, environmentally friendly. So that's why. The natural gas, though, that will eventually build up to become super full. So I actually kind of want to like probably separate you for the time being to stop you from feeding, which means we're gonna have to add a bunch of temperature things into here too. So not temperature thing, but oxygen storage and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that I gotta do, man. It's honestly amazing how much stuff just happens, you know? It's just like, oh, all right, I guess I'll be doing this now, because we can't keep neglecting it and getting away with it, you know? So this thing I want to probably poke. Yeah, so we're gonna move you guys because you guys have been absolute menaces to our local population. So I'm just gonna wrangle him and move him to a safer location, because when he has kids, they become really irate, and you know, it's not good for the local population here. So you know, up here, you know, there's nothing they can kill, so that's gonna be good for the for the future generations, I guess. Sorry, just got a message, but holy shit, how do we keep filling these things, dude? I don't understand. Oh, it's because they're picking up like all those shit, and then the plastic shit itself probably is a couple of tons. Actually, how's morale doing these days? I mean, I've not been, you know, like that focalized on like. Apparently, they were producing really great meals for them. I don't even know. I guess it's probably the spicy tofu. Actually, how do you make spicy tofu? Can't spell. Dreamer can't spell. It's true. Plastique? Nope. Produced by. You gotta produce tofu and then peach pepper nut? How do you produce tofu? Tofu you get from nosh beans. Okay, how do you get nosh beans? No database found. Wow. Okay, that's really useful. I'm guessing it's because we don't have access to nosh beans. That's why we don't know about anything about it. It must be a space resource because I feel like I played the game long enough to know a couple things, you know? Oh yeah, I was trying to sip this up and then it was too much oil. Oh my god. But it's clean now. If you look at it, we now have a fully clean base, so very good. I'm honestly thinking of separating this thing too. I'm basically gonna decouple a couple of things around our base area, and the reason why we want to decouple is because if you look at our entire base, it's pretty huge to say the least of things here. So you know, being able to decouple a couple of the area will be very nice for our workers, just because you know then they can focus on whatever. Problem is I need crude oil, man. Yeah, put a pitch plant in there. I mean, this is really far. I'm gonna also need like an oil tank too. I don't know if we want to put it up here or put it down there, but eventually we're gonna be harvesting the power. Insufficient oxygen generation. Is it because we're bricked up right now? Oh my god. Yeah. So one thing, wherever you generate your oxygen, it is very beneficial to make sure that what you call it, you have vents to whatever area, because I mean, depends, right? If you're producing like an extreme amount of oxygen, then you don't have to worry about that because the oxygen, well, I mean, I guess the oxygen doesn't diffuse itself. I gotta put this shit on mute, dog. There we go. Boycott. Because we're you know like producing an obscene amount of oxygen. Like you know we don't need that many vents. But also, one thing is that, you know, you want to incentivize airflow, basically, right? So, like, when I design my base, I have this central vent column that is 5 tiles wide. So, it allows for gases to move, you know, throughout the thing. And it helps. It helps, I think, tremendously. Just because it allows gases, you know, instead of gas being blocked by one tile thing, there's multiple tiles that they can travel through. I also built some air tiles. I think eventually how we're gonna do this is that we're gonna switch this thing to the middle, and then I'm gonna add another electrolyzer to then do whatever. Right now, just need some oil, man. What does a man have to do to get some oil around these days? I don't even need a lot of oil. I just need some. Eventually, these things are gonna be the production center of our, you know, like probably, I don't even know how much oil we're gonna produce, to be honest. We gotta dig a lot. We gotta do a lot. But that's for another day when we have a lot of time. So the focus for this stream, again, is probably just set up the preliminary thing. Okay, we're gonna dig like all the way to the base thing, to allow us to basically just get access to this area. And I kind of want to make a vacuum if possible. We're also going to need to make a suit room too. Actually, how many suits do we have prepped up? 3. Let's prep up like another 3. 4. I mean, at this point, I have infinite resources or infinite, you know, like refined metals. So it's not that bad. Cody, how's it going? Oh yeah, how did the colony go? Wait, Carl, I didn't get to see it after I left. Is it still kicking about? Is it still living? Did you manage to dig yourself out of the death spiral? The death spiral? Alright. We're gonna have a central area where people can go down and up. Oh. Oh, I left one when I told you that I had to go because it was getting late and I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I had to leave early today just because I have to wake up early tomorrow. What do you call it? We're not gonna be streaming as long. Probably aiming for like the hour to what do you call it? Hour to probably maybe 2. We'll see. But I left one. What was happening? That's a good question. Also, there's so much oil on this goddamn thing. That's another oil biome, bro. God damn. I think I left around the time where people were just peeing all over the place, and honestly, that gave me an inspiration, an idea of how to maybe auctionate your base early on. So I'll need to do a run. What do you call it? By a new run to see if it's viable. But then again, I need polluted water though, and I'm not gonna use the pee water because that thing's gonna generate germs, I believe. I need clean polluted water because the gas that these guys emit, I don't think have germs in them. So I don't know actually. I'm gonna have to do some testing. I really need a testing planet where, like, you know, we play in God mode so I can test, you know, a couple of ideas. Okay, fine. I'll bill you guys this station. That's crazy. No, I'm talking about polluted water, because polluted water can have germs in them. I don't know when they become air, because polluted water, if there's not enough pressure, right, it produces polluted oxygen. And I don't know if that polluted oxygen can contain germs in it. Well, I mean, if it does contain germs, then they'll multiply, because germs multiply in, what do you call it, in polluted stuff, so. But if you put enough gas, they don't bubble. So that's why these guys are not bubbling, or they're quote-unquote inert. Because there's 2,000 grams of carbon forcing that shit down. But the thinking is that with enough polluted water, right, you can produce fresh oxygen via that way. And I'm just like, I don't know how viable that is for an early game colony, especially since you need to get access to a lot of polluted water. Because if you look at up here, this layer of 2,400. This was all polluted stuff. This deodorizer managed to like clean up a lot of the thing. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Now look at it. Polluted oxygen sinks. Interesting. Very interesting. Because when they produce oxygen goes up. I don't know, man. I don't know. Turning pee into oxygen. I need to start a new colony to see how that works, to see if that's a viable way of producing air. Just because this colony, like, I already have enough air. I guess you can never have enough. You can always have more. Oh wait, I gotta remember. We need to install the station. But it's an interesting idea, though, because, again, like, polluted oxygen. I mean, they can breathe polluted oxygen. The only reason why you don't want to have polluted oxygen is because it's polluted oxygen. Germs can grow in it. It's just not a good time. You think so? I don't know, man, because I'm looking at this shit, man. I don't know. It seems as though it generates, like, a lot of oxygen. But you will need access to polluted water, and look at the minerals. That's like 2,300 grams, and then this is 1,900. 23, almost like probably not sustainable. You're probably right about that one. But hey, man, when you're desperate, sometimes you know you gotta what do you call it? Carbon dioxide vent. You fucking pee. We're never gonna use carbon, man. That's a 0. If I can give you a 0. I don't like this zombie spore thingy. I don't know what it does, but I don't like it. I gotta figure out how to kill you. Fancy core zombie spurs. Who touch or inhale the spores risk of becoming infected, temporarily losing motor control. Oh, so this game has a mechanic where if you top priority a geyser or vent or something like that, you can tell what's under there without having to see what's under there, which is very useful, especially when you're digging up like volcanoes and stuff like that. So by setting up this alert, it's like an X-ray basically. I can tell that, oh, this is a carbon dioxide vent. It's really helpful for when, you know, you don't want to unearth a volcano by accident, because if you unearth a volcano by accident, that shit's gonna kill you. So I know this is a copper volcano, so that's why I'm not gonna open it. Because if I open it, I don't want to make a Chernobyl, okay, man? Especially, well, I mean, now that we have like aqua tuners, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, like, you know, we could solve the situation ourselves. We don't need to rely on anybody. Deliver suits. Oh my god, you're just circumventing it with the ladder, you piece. You fucking piece. Anyways, we gotta pump some O2. By O2, I mean oxygen into this area. Oop, oop, oop. And then for power, I'm honestly just gonna borrow this top grid, because like realistically speaking, that top grid is not doing a lot. Oop. What's wrong with it? Oop, wrong loop. The classic. Oh wait, is that in? It's fine ish. So this thing will only take when this thing is full is the problem. And well, this thing moves frequently. Okay, well, I mean, you know, don't worry about it, okay? There. I mean, it technically will work, right? I'm pretty sure it will work. I thought this being blocked will oh, now it's looping. Oh god. Oh god. It does not work. Interesting. See, the thing is, I thought this thing blocking this thing will force the air to... I mean, I'm just saying, if the air is being blocked here, the air should be directed over there, but okay. Okay, game. It's payback bullshit, man. Because I have an idea. Well, either way, though, I mean, our air system is all bricked up right now. It's not good. I gotta redesign this thing because I need to produce more air. It's funny to say you need to produce more air when, you know, we have all of the air. It's so breathable, almost 2,000 grams of air. But that's because I've been producing like an astronomical amount of them, though. I don't want you. I hate you, but I'm gonna take you anyways. Ugh, I hate him. Well, I produced them from the electrolyzer. The electrolyzer then distributed across the base. The primary area that I want to always be vent, or where I want pressure to always be at, is their bedrooms, because usually they're consuming the most air at the bedrooms. I would probably spread it out further depending on, you know, if an area is lacking air. But I mean, most of these areas seems to be functioning a-okay, so I think we're good. I'm never taking the 7 dupe. Oh man. Somebody's gonna die. I already know it. Also, we gotta disconnect this John so that you guys would stop fucking going across this thing, dog. Guys, we have suits for a reason. We have power. Oh yeah, we have power. Yeah, that was like, damn, man. You see, the thing is that when you breathe stuff in, that carbon is gonna drop. So you need oxygen to replenish that stuff. So, I think for me, the bedrooms are probably the most likely area where they suck up the air, and that's why we have most of our vents right now out in our bedrooms because, they're most likely gonna suck the air out from there. And then the farms, we also have a couple of vents. I'm pretty sure in the farms, no? I forgot to put them there. Oh. Never mind. Yeah, we have one vent. Oh, you know what? I have a vent automation thingy. So if the pressure ever drops below 1,000 grams, this vent will open up and provide air for the farm. But since we're producing such astronomical amount of air, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes, just produce so much that the game would be like, oh man, what the hell we do? I am getting most of my water from this coal slush geyser. It has fed me a lot. Now, granted, if I didn't have this coal slush geyser, how would I cool my base is a better question. Or how would I get water is a better question, because I don't know, man. This coal slush, I'm just gonna call it, I don't know, coal south geyser has been it's been fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's random, right? So whatever seed you start with, it's random. But if I didn't have that, I mean, how would I get water, though? That's the real question. That's a good question, man. I guess you have to recycle a lot of your water, like the polluted water. So, because, when dupes use bathrooms, especially when you get to tier 2, they produce more water than they take in. So this thing uses 5 kilograms, and then it outputs 11.7 kilograms. So you get an extra 7 kilograms every time a dupe pees. And then, I think you have multiple dupes, so it adds up. So you can get clean water via that way. The only problem is that when you produce polluted water, the only way to clean it is through a water sleeve. Water sleeves will require a filtration medium. Most likely it's gonna be sand, just because I feel like sand is pretty plentiful. Well, I mean, this word sand is definitely pretty plentiful, but I mean, I guess worst case scenario, you got to go up to space to get your regolith. So it's pretty clean, honestly. Like, though I think it's only laboratory that produces actual water. So sinks and stuff like that, those guys are water neutral. 5 kilogram in, 5 kilogram out. So, I mean, you're not losing like anything with the water sleeve. Let's see, 1,000. Nope, 5 kilograms in, 5 kilograms out. So, I don't know. I guess you can also heat it up, but it's probably not a good idea. Because technically, right, I can polluted water. What temperature do you guys heat at? These guys, evaporation. So you got to get to 120 degrees or Celsius in order to heat it up to become an oxygen. And then you got to cool that. Oh, actually, that'll become steam, and then you gotta cool it down to 90 something in order to get it back to. I guess we can just look at the thing, man. What the hell are you doing? Just look at polluted water. I'm just saying it's more complicated, and probably not worth the energy. Because at the early game, you're really looking to not use that much energy to begin with. So, yeah, you got to heat it up. You then get 990 grams of oxygen and then 10 grams of dirt. I mean, I guess the dirt. I mean, I'm not. I'm not. You know. I don't know. It's okay, I guess. The thing is that this is just 10 grams, right? A pip, a pip shits way more than that, and you don't even need to like. Yeah, a pip shits out 12. Wait, this is the cuddle one. Where's the non-cuddle variant? There you go. The non-cuddle variant shits out 20 kilograms, and all it takes is some tree. And for the most part, trees, it's easy. I'm just saying, probably the pip is the better way to get dirt than melting polluted water. Just because, well, I mean, I don't know, man. Polluted water is actually kind of useful for producing water, you know, if you want to drink. Put a water sleeve in. Now, the only caveat that you got to keep in mind is that there's two types of polluted water. There's polluted water, and then there's polluted germ water. Germ water is where it can get a little bit sus. Just because then you need to actually clean that thing from the germs. And you're basically going to need chlorine for that. Which is, you know, it's annoying. I hate working with chlorine, man. I'm pretty sure chlorine is lighter than... No, it's heavier than air. It's just annoying. I don't like working with chlorine. And also your dupes don't like it too. That's the thing with Steam, right? Like, you don't really... I don't think you can really transport that shit. For Steam, it's mostly the steam turbine. Because the steam turbine takes a proportion of the steam and then turns that into electrical power, but also reduces the amount of heat. I mean, it's not that you can't. Don't get me wrong. You can. This game is about endless options, right? It's just what's the most efficient option is the thing, right? Like maybe late game, you know, if you want to produce, I don't know, man. I don't even know what the hell you produce with polluted water, but if you just want to produce, I mean, I don't know. I still don't think it's that like efficient to boil it and then cool down the steam. I'm just trying to think. Because there's other ways. No. I mean, it's a good question though. Like obviously, I'm not too skilled regarding like using heat to like heat things up for the most part. I'm more efficient at cooling things. So, you know. At least my mindset is usually cooling things rather than heating up things because I don't know, it's just weird to heat up things. But the thing is that is it viable for the early game? That's my question because at the end of the day, right? The early game, you're not gonna have access to a lot of power. You're not gonna have access to a lot of resources, and you're not gonna have access to very skilled dupe. So you know, there's a lot of things fighting against you in the early game, which is why like you want to try to get to the mid game or at least some basic automation before you worry about those things, I guess. Because like you're not gonna do anything without steel. Like honestly, like in order to transition to the mid game, you need steel. It's not negotiable. Getting to that steel is the hard part. So this one, these guys only work with temperatures above 125°C. So you basically have to heat up liquid to a high enough temperature, being water or whatever, to produce steam, and then that steam it sucks up. Oh, you mean the water vent? Oh, these guys are just free. They're technically. Like how you know like run your game because these guys generate infinite water. So well not infinite. There's activation periods and then dormancy periods. So this thing is active 105 out of 165 days. So right now it's in its active period, so it's generating water. But once it becomes dormant, it will stop generating water for X amount of time. So in this case, it'll be like 50 something days that will stop generating water for. So, but the thing with this thing is that before you can do that, right? I think you gotta. Where's my scientist guy? I think it's Nicola. You need to get. Yeah, you need to get field research. So you need geographical analysis, in order to actually like research that, because it doesn't tell you this information until you analyze it. Yeah, I mean we're storing like probably tell we're fucking storing too much. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I would not recommend Waycott designing your base like this, at least early on. You kind of want to like limit like how big your core is. This one, it was kind of circumstance that made this thing like super Waycott super big, because this base is like way too big. Ultimately, I'm gonna be moving the farm area over to here, and then the liquid can stay, but the Paku's got to be moved over there. So, you know, what do you call it? Ideally, you want your thing to just be like your rooms, your eatery, and then your bathrooms. Like, that's pretty much what you want for your, what do you call it? Your base at the end of the day. Like, you don't really want to include, like, all this other shit. Because that's a lot of stuff that you have to manage. Especially in one base, right? So it's better to segment it off. Is the thing. So what's going to eventually happen is that I'm probably going to move these guys up to be closer to the bedrooms and stuff like that, just so that, you know, they can eat, you know, and then go to bed quicker, rather than have it all the way down so they have to climb all the way up to the bed, back down, yada yada. Oh, so there's a mod, and then there's also a keybind. What do you call it? The keybind is OS. This enables cinematic view, and what do you call it? Lets you zoom out like further away. I would recommend the mod, honestly, probably. I don't know how the mod actually works, actually, now that I think about it. So I don't know, but if you want to do a native, what do you call it? You do Alt S. I have a macro basically bind to one of my buttons that lets me do it without having to press Alt S. Oh, I mean, it pressed Alt S for me, but it's just one button press rather than two. So it's kind of nice actually, because look at this shit. I can zoom out. I can zoom out all the way. Oh, you know what? That makes way more sense. Yeah. Alt S isn't bad. It's just annoying that you gotta press it every single time. Because you gotta press it to go out, and then you gotta press it to go back in. What am I doing again? I don't remember. Oh yeah, we're digging out this entire section. I can't believe we found more oil, bro. God, I mean, I guess, you know what? Having more oil never killed anybody, so I just want to see how far it goes to the right. Because I'm gonna be turning the section into a farming area, so, you know, the more area, the better, right? Now, granted, the oil is kind of annoying, because that means I gotta factor in the oil. Man, they really want me to farm slicks, man. I don't know. One thing, yo, this run in terms of like geyser, like it's actually insane. We got a coal slush geyser, and then right next to that shit, I got a natural gas geyser, which is just insane old luck, man. Because like in the other run I did, we didn't have any of this shit, and we died basically immediately. So it's just a very nice. Sometimes you get very lucky with your seed, and you spawn with everything that you need to basically, you know, survive. Because without this thing, I'll have no power. Without this thing, I'll have no cooling. So it's sometimes you just gotta be a lucky boy and spawn with what do you call it? with a couple of like game-changing geysers. Especially this one. This one is honestly the most important because it provides water and it also provides cooling, which is on this map, it's hell. It's hell. Especially for heating. That's actually kind of crazy that in our base. Oh, one other thing too. Separating your bases is really important, especially with temperature or the insulated tiles, man. That shit is also the next MVP because it's really keeping the temperature from like leaking out. And also, you know, it's keeping the temperature in, but also keeping the out temperature. So it's doing two jobs basically. So very very nice to have, especially if you want to have like a you know, life support system, right? So, you know, definitely would recommend. Holy shit! There's another biome, dude. What? Bruh. Man, this map is huge. Holy shit, there's another biome right there, too! God. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, I cringed, man. I was like, dude, I'm not saying certain death, but, you know, I don't know. I mean, the only reason why you will unleash a volcano is if you have a plan with it, though. Because that thing is gonna, expose heat 24/7. I guess then again, like, worst case scenario, now that I think about it, if you can, just surround that shit with, whatchamacallit? With, just plug it up, you know. Ideally, you want to double insulate because that will guarantee, like, basically almost 100% of heat transfer gets blocked. But, can heat transfer through this thing? No, it can't. So, yeah, you just need to block the top part and then wait caught. That will contain the heat and won't let the heat escape, but it's not a fun time to say the least of things here. These guys, unfortunately we can't make these guys, but these guys when they're still intact has a thermal conductivity of 0. Or at least it's very low. So they usually prevent heat from traveling to biome. What? Me surviving? That's crazy? What? What geyser is that? Which one? Oh, what the hell is this, bro? A gravitas shipping container? What the heck? I don't see it. I don't see which geyser you're talking about. How about this? I love oil reservoir. Oh, that one is copper. Well, I say we're rich. We're down to 400 kilograms of this and then 500 kilo. What the fuck happened to my resources? Hey, yo! Oh, it got buried, probably. Right? Please don't tell me please don't tell me we're really down to X amount. Okay. Oh, I almost panicked for a second. I was like, oh my god, my refined metals, they're broken. Are you active yet? You're gonna be active in 3 days, and then you're already spewing out shit. And then just double check these temperature for these boils. 10.2, 11, 15, 14. As long as it's below 20, it's honestly cool enough for the base. So, yeah, okay, good. Never know, man. You gotta always double check with these fuckers. Wait. But yeah, because we have a shorter time frame, the thought process for today... Ah, there we go. We hit the end. It's the end! We have done it, boys! So that's the end of that thing. Do I want to dig all the way over to that thing? Why is what shorter? Like these oil reservoirs? It's okay. I mean, honestly, though, like, realistically speaking, I mean, you're not really expected to survive your first couple of runs. I mean, thing is, you homies gotta eat, man. Well, realistically speaking, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like my first 100 hours, like, it went by in a breeze, to be kind of real with you. Especially since there's always a lot of shit happening. There's a lot of stuff you got to manage. The early game, though, I feel like it's the toughest just because you don't have basic automation, like power automation. So your grid is just horrendous, though. And you also don't have a lot of resource to begin with. Yeah. The one thing that the early game you really run up into is figure out where you're gonna get your power, and then figuring out what you call it, how to manage that power. Because, you know, let's just use coal as an example. Coal is a very finite amount. Like, you usually find coal. I forgot what biome it is. I don't even know, man. I haven't seen coal in ages. I know it exists. It's somewhere. But in this planet, I don't think we have coal. Yeah, we do have coal. It's in the chlorine biome, man. Fuck. Yeah. There's a geyser above the tunnel? Which tunnel? Oh. Oh, wait, yo, this one? I think this one's like carbon dioxide, if I remember correctly. Ugh. Disgusting. I legitimately don't know what the fuck we're gonna do with this guy, man. It's carbon dioxide. Ugh. Like, realistically speaking, it's garbage. Thing with hatches is that they're very efficient at eating stuff. So, I don't know, man. I don't usually like to take away my resources, but you know, if you have spare, why not? We need to start producing more oxygen, though. Because we have a short time frame, I'm just gonna focus on exploring today. I'll overhaul the oxygen and the thing tomorrow when I have more time. Just because it's gonna be a pain in the dick to rip this out and then reinstall this. So we're gonna wait. I already know it's gonna be pain in the butt, so we're gonna do what is known as a pro gamer move and say let's wait until I have more time. Good, so I won't accident clean this liquid up. Also, there's a little oil thing. It disturbs me greatly. Yeah, your best bet is probably one of these bad boys. These natural gas thing as a secondary. I think, like, for power purposes... What kind of power are there? Wood burner? They're garbage. They're garbage. They only generate 300 watts of power. Like, I guess if you're in a really big pickle, you could use them. But coal generator is like... It's great. I love it. The only problem with coal is that eventually it will overheat your area because it does release, you know, like, high temperatures. Hydrogen, they're nice if you can get a good source of hydrogen. I usually use it to just burn off the excess hydrogen that we produce from our air because the electrolyzer produces hydrogen. Natural gas is basically the jack of all trade kind of gas. You can get natural gas relatively easily, and you know, like they're really efficient for what they are. Petro is if you want big boy power. The only problem with petro is that you gotta burn oil or crude oil to make. So you're gonna need industrialization if you want to use a petrol burner. There's also other heretical ways that we'll be getting into that. But for now, though, I mean, I really like petro. I mean, all in my previous runs, we use petrol, but the problem with the previous runs is that it's always witchcraft, man. Not to produce enough coal. That's a Pepe Sage. Well, the thing is that you ran out of dirt, right? So you just got to feed them whatever, you know. I think the ideal hatch is like the stone hatch. I think. Hatch. This is a regular run. I mean, we're not using dark magics yet, but I eventually am gonna actually. I don't think we're gonna be feeding my guys stone because I have like a lot of dirt, so I can afford to feed them dirt. Or I guess I freaking can afford to give them food too. To be honest with you, But I think stone is one of those resources that you're gonna have so much of that they're not gonna eat through it relatively quickly. Oh wait, they eat polluted dirt too? Hey yo? Shit. How much do you produce though? That's pretty hot. Because I produce a lot of polluted dirt via the Paku farm, so yeah, I don't think feeding these guys the berries are really that efficient, or food is really that efficient. Just depends on what went into producing the food. But yeah, these guys eat rock, and you have infinity rock. Oh, I feel like Terra. Nothing wrong with Terra, but I think it's at least at this point it might be too easy. Just because what you may call it, temperature is easy when you can dump a lot of heat, right? I think my earlier colonies were set on Terra though. That is true. What do you call it? The thing is with the late game is just like I just get frustrated because there's a lot of mechanics, right? So like I have 3 colonies going right now. They're about similar size, I think. Yeah, this is January of 2022. Let's look at my first colony so people can get perspective of like how much growth there is in between, you know, this and this. Honestly, the third colony though, it's sexy. It has reached equilibrium, which is always freaking nice. I don't know if this is gonna even load, dude. I'm pretty sure this is the first colony that I did live. Well, that was 2022. Well, actually, no, that's the end date of the colony, so it started way earlier than that. Oh, yeah! I had a slick farm. I used their pee to produce my petrol. Honestly, I mean, this is a fun side project, farming slicksters. The only problem with slicksters is that, well, they need really hot temperature to work with. Because what do you call it? They need high temperature in order to reproduce. Which, you know, as you probably tell, this thing is not high temperature at all. It's only 73°C. Then this is where we produce our oil. Ah, these are the good old days, man. So this is like my first ever colony, basically. I think this is Terra. I want to say this has to be Terra. I'm pretty sure. So this is like my Gen 1 colony, and it's pretty rudimentary from the looks of it. Oh wait, I use a big power line? That's interesting. Huh. It's interesting to see my previous build to see what I was thinking. Wow, this is not even using refined metals. Man, that's my Dreckle farm. Oh, I guess the Dreckle farm didn't really change much. Yeah, the layout's pretty much the same. But this is 1,000 days though, you know, like your colony is only 200 days, man. Give yourself 1,000 days, you could probably make it probably even better. Actually, how did I get water? I don't even know. That was really overkill. 3 steam turbines is definitely overkill. I didn't realize just how powerful 1 steam turbine is. Oh yeah, that's my old air design. Isn't that cute, man? The hydrogen goes up there, and then the oxygen goes down below. That was a really cute design. I don't know where we get water from, though. I don't understand. Where does the water come from? Oh, yeah. These are back in the old days where I double up my walls. Because that prevents, like, basically 99%. Oh, yeah. This is my first attempt to, what do you call it? When I try to tame a volcano. It's awful. It is. Oh, man. I think that's when I quit. Because I was like, I don't know how to deal with this. So I was like, fuck this. I'm out. You can probably tell the failed thing because it's melted. That was yeah. Just saying, my first attempt to tame a volcano, well, it didn't go so well, and basically cost me the baby rage. Out of there, man. Oh, you know what? I know where we get. Oh, but it's not a cold one though. This is a regular one. Ah, okay, okay, yo. How am I cooling this? I'm not even cooling this. This is not even tamed. What the fuck happened, bro? What is this run? I don't know. What? Where am I getting water from? Why is there so much salt water? Though it seems though no, it has to be salt water because like there's ain't no way I produce this much salt water while processing. Yeah, it is. Huh? It's not. It's just sitting there empty. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, man. And then polluted water. Yeah. I don't think I was cooking with this one, man. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting design. So the what do you call it? Instead of getting shoot downwards, they get shoot towards the thing, which is more space efficient, I think. Huh? I might steal that. Good job, me. Good job, previous me. So that's my first ever colony, and then we took another shot at it with my second colony. It's like Brecken or something like that. Honestly, I think room management is probably the best way to get morale. At least early on, just because you can build like basic bathrooms and I guess there's also barracks and stuff like that you can build. If you don't want to build individual rooms, just because individual rooms is definitely more expensive, right? And again, early game, you got to be managing your, is it worth it to build? Oh wait, this is still, I still did the double wall. That's really cute, man. So double wall basically guarantees that there's no temperature transfer. As you can probably tell, this is also like a pretty mega base too. Man, all my bases just becomes mega bases, man. What the fuck? It's crazy. Actually, the bedroom design, I kind of like my other thing better because, what do you call it? They give you a little bit more extra. Huh. Well, I mean, this game is about iteration, right? Like, your first couple colonies are going to look el poo-poo. And then your next colonies are going to look not el poo-poo. Oh, yeah. I remember this colony and when we gave up. So we try to tap into like the volcano, and then I'm like, fuck that, that's too complicated. So how does this colony get water is the better question. I don't know. I think this one we actually did some like primitive. Nope, we did not. I never made it to space actually. Damn, that's just sad. What's going on over here? Oh, oil. Oh, this one's a fun one. This one was a fun one, dude. Wait, Cod. I had an oil geyser up here, and then we pumped the oil down, and then I had a little chute for the oil to go all the way down into the depths of Tartarus, and then that oil flows into another oil vent, which then flows down all the way to this little oil pit. And then from this oil pit, we then process the oil. We're not gonna look at that. That's dark magic. Man. That one's this one was a fun one, and this is the first time I tried to tame a volcano. Obviously, this one had like a shit ton of water in it. It has a freaking robo miner for some reason. I don't even know why that's there. Damn, dude, these are classics. What's going on over here? Oh my god, I use petroleum? What the fuck? Okay, you know, he was not cooking with this one. I'm using oil? He was not cooking with this one. Man. And to think you can avoid using all that bad liquid by just using regular water, man. What the hell's going on over here, dude? It must be a cooling loop. Precursor. How do I get water? Let's see. Where am I getting water from? Ah, this one. I remember. So actually, yeah, I use actually a cold steam vent to get my water. So like we cool down the wait caught whatever comes from this thing, and then we suck it up. But the thing with this thing is that you're gonna need an aqua tuner, which is probably somewhere. Oh yeah, that's why I say you kind of need steel, because wait caught without these aqua tuner little boils, you're not gonna really be able to cool down things like efficiently. You technically don't need an aqua tuner. It's just nice to have. Oh, yeah. Actually, this colony is actually way much betterly designed, because what do you call it? We're getting water injections from 2 cold steam vent. God damn. You see, the thing is that the problem with a cold steam vent is that it's technically cold. It's only 110C instead of, I don't know, like 150 or something like that when it normally like explode. So it's not that relatively hot. Instead of being like, you know, over 100, I'm gonna say 150. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I haven't seen a hot vent, I guess. But yeah, those are my first 2 Terra runs. You want to see the dark magic? No, we'll get to the dark magic when the time comes, but don't worry about it for the time being. All right. Even when I designed that, I was like, man, I'm gonna go Joker mode. All right, the Joker's coming out. Oh shit. That's too much oil. You are prepared to go full Joker. And honestly, early game, you don't have to worry about going full Joker. Oh, no. No, it's not a glitch. It's actually as intended. I mean, we can look at it. Cody, close your eyes. Then turn off the stream. So, in this one, in order, I guess it's not really like the most efficient thing. Remember when I say I don't really manage temperature that well? So, regarding heart temperature, so what I did instead, I was like, I need something hot because I need temperature. Okay? Because, wait, caught. In the normal method of producing petroleum, it's not efficient, basically, because you lose some byproducts when you produce regular petroleum. I need to figure out where do we even produce regular petroleum? Nope, gas. I don't know if we have a petrol, like the actual thing that produces or processed crude oil. But wait, caught. If you look at the crude oil thing, which if I can figure out where it is, I'm pretty sure it's oil refinery. Normally a typical oil refinery, place it down real quick. It takes 10 kilograms of crude oil and then it outputs 5 kilograms of petrol. So you lose 50% basically of the crude oil compared to Waycott, like when you process it in the oil refinery. Similar to how we said, you know, with the I don't want ads to play while I'm trying to explain this shit. Similar to like the rock crusher, like technically, yes, you know, you can get petroleum from it. It's just not as efficient as the other method. And the other method requires you to basically heat stuff up. So, in this design here that I made, I basically pour the crude oil from this tank and then pour it down into here. That then takes the heat from the molten core to heat up the crude oil to produce... is this thing running? I don't know if it's running. Or did I broke it? Did I broke it? It's not running. It's probably broken somewhere. No, this one, it doesn't have super coolant. I'm basically tapping into the core of the volcano to heat up my thing. And then once it heats up the petroleum, you get a 1-for-1 ratio. So however much crude oil that you put into the what do you call it? The burner, it burns it, becomes petroleum, and then you can extract it out. So if you put 10 kilograms in, you get 10 kilograms out. Eventually, if you want to become ultra efficient, you then superheat it into like, I forgot what it's called. I think it's like sour gas or something like that. And then from the sour gas, you then supercool it down into something. I'm pretty sure you can't supercool this thing down. Yeah, into methane. Methane, you then superheat to produce natural gas. And then that's like the end game product of that line. Obviously in this one, it was still like our first rudimentary like temperature, exploring the temperature thing. So like the design was not efficient, and you know, it was poorly designed. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like once you get to like the end game where like, you know, where you're producing resource at maximum efficiency, that's when, you know, you're gonna start pulling your hair out. Now I wish this thing would pump oil so that we can see it in action, but I think this one's broken. I think all the systems are broken, honestly. Oh, it's not broken. There's just no oil to inject right now. And there's no oil to inject because we're not injecting any oil right now. We're not injecting any oil. I don't know why we're not injecting any oil. But yeah, so this is my first attempt to use heat existing in the core to do something that is really useful, which is just produce 100% petroleum. The only problem is that we're working in such extreme temperatures. You're gonna need steel because it's like 400 Celsius. Actually, it's not even that hot enough to actually melt any of the soft metals. It's actually not that bad. It's not that bad. One thing though is that this thing is in a complete vacuum, so there's no temperature transfer between the material and what you call the gas, which then can spread out. So do keep that in mind when you're working in a hot environment. You kind of want a vacuum around it. So yeah, we did that to get around the need for supercoolant. I think that's the problem with most of the heating for me, because when you want to get into the high temperature range, wait, caught. Supercoolant is probably the way to go, because you know they can handle much wider temperature, but they require you to go to space though. That's actually pretty easy. To make a vacuum, like realistically speaking, what I do is before you dig into whatever area you dig in, you make a water lock, and then from that water lock, there's no gas. So because I placed like a little bit of water there, when I started mining these chunks, there's no gas, and you just make a perfect vacuum via that way. Obviously, if this area ever gets contaminated, and I have to pump thing out, I'm need to install like multiple gas pumps throughout the thing, right, in order to pump all the thing out or all the gas out. But if you want to make one like instantly, you know, the best way is to just put some oil, and then before you dig in, you know, put a block of like liquid there or whatever liquid. I mean, in this case, I'm using oil just because oil is great. Oil is love. But yeah, I mean, that's how you make a perfect vacuum without having to pump out gas. But do keep in mind though that, you know, like they can't breathe in vacuum, so you know what, perfect vacuum is not the ideal. But then again, when you get to the age of like, what do you call it? But you don't have to worry about that. Again, like if you guys are still in the early game, like don't worry about the things that I'm showing you, because at the end of the day, like that shit it's far in the future. Unless you wanna you know, tackle challenges. That's definitely a challenge for me. Heat has been one of the things that I don't know, man. Heat is hard, to say the least, thing to manage. Oh yeah, these guys again, they basically eat dirt and they produce plastic, so it's a win-win for me, man. I don't have to mine petrol, or I don't have to process petrol. That's why I like these guys, just because again, like they basically eat dirt and give you meat and plastic, so it's a win-win. Eventually we're gonna be moving the farm over to this area. I'm already preliminary, like, you know, digging out the area for them. But I'm not gonna do it today just because the limited time. But we're gonna be digging out this entire area. I honestly, I would prefer a vacuum, but I kind of already dig into like multiple biomes, so it's too late. It's too late. God damn it, man. And not to mention, we also got to get to space eventually, because space gives you refined metals on occasion, and also gives you regolith, and regolith is really good if you run out of, what do you call it? If you run out of sand, which, I don't know, man. At least on this planet, I'm never going to run out of sand. There's just sand upon sand. There's a lot of sand, man. It's infinite sand, so, I probably will never have to use regolith. Probably. Unless, I really want to actually try it now, man. Breathing with using polluted oxygen. What the fuck? Where did this oil come from? Please. Okay. Oh. Are we working on again? Oh yeah, digging out this thing. I think digging is probably gonna take the longest time, so you know, might as well start them on it. So I like suits. Oh yeah, for science. Actually, that reminds me. We should also be probably doing research. At least all the basic research that doesn't require the thing. Yeah, when you get to rockets, there's a third stage that involves what you call it, having to look up into the sky. So eventually we're gonna have to do that. For the top being, I mean, you're gonna need steel before you get to that point, anyways. So I think I'm just gonna get this one, and then I don't know. I really should use gas. Wait, I saw that you can actually recycle gas mass. I don't know if that was a thing previously, but I mean, I should probably use gas mask once in a while, man. That will probably save me early on when there's like low oxygen. Oh yeah, I mean, space out, like it's kind of the whole point is that you go out into space, right? So you better bet there's gonna be more, man. For me, I prefer the suits. I think the suits are better just because they are able to handle higher temperatures and they don't drag germs back with them. So I don't need to worry about them dragging like... I'm pretty sure the suits can't get contaminated, or at least the germs, they don't bring it back. So that's one thing nice about the suits. They can operate in hostile germ, area and be a-okay. If you don't have a suit, that's gonna look kind of slow. The suit can last up to... So they can't walk into like molten lava. It's like 700 C, right? Let me just click on one of the atmosphere suits. The suit, yeah, can go up to have 726. So they can't stand directly on the magma, but I mean, they can be near it for like, I don't know, I guess until 700. Anything above 700, they start scolding. So it's not that bad. And then in terms of cold, it's all the way up to 1000 C. So, you never basically get cold. Wait, there's an oxygen tank? Oh, wait, no, that's just built into the suit. I don't even think we have a liquid. Honestly, we probably should make a chlorine safety thing in between the suits, but I don't know, man. I haven't had any germ contamination, and we're actually pretty clean. I think the only germ that really lives in my base is this forward thing, and the forward thing doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. So my base is like hecka clean, man. Okay? I guess then again, it also helps because I don't have a billion slime biomes right next to me. So I was looking at Cody's stream and I'm like, man, this guy is surrounded by slime, man. What the hell? I do not envy your position, man. I'm just surrounded by sand. There's really nothing wrong with sand. So very easy to work in. I can't imagine having to actually work around slime and all that business, man. Seems like a pain in the butt. Because dealing with germs, it's honestly annoying. That's why I usually just delete all my germs. I mean, other than the bathroom and stuff like that, like that'll always be germy. So it doesn't really matter to clean the bathrooms. So we have some really nasty bathrooms, is what I'm trying to say. Basically, it's like the guy who's pushing the rock up the hill, right? It's never gonna get clean, so there's really no point in cleaning it. Now the only thing is I need somewhere to process the dirt because the dirt is polluted dirt, and that shit needs to get clean, man. Ugh. I guess, but it's still annoying though because you know them being sick, it just eats into our efficiency. I see that there's something rotten. It pains my soul. I think it depends, right? I think regular food sickness, like, they get better, but I think slime lung. Slime lung, I don't think they get better, right? Hello? What the fuck? What the hell is this? What? I enable God mode. How did that even happen? Somehow in my random key presses. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I don't know what button I press. I did not mean to enable God mode. I swear to God, man. So apparently he's trying to spell out slime lung. You enable God mode. That's funny. It was all a lie. No. Okay, well, I don't know how to disable it. I'm just gonna load an earlier cycle. Oh, please don't tell me we're gonna go back like 10 billion days, bro. Probably L. I mean, I was trying to spell out lung. You think so? I don't know. I one other thing though with this game is that the later you get into the game, the more laggy it becomes. To be honest with you, so that's kind of the unfortunate thing with the. And also, I don't know if it will unreveal the stuff that we haven't seen yet. Okay, no harm done. Slime. Can this kill you? Disinfect by, oh yes, chlorine. I don't know, it doesn't say that can kill you. We like to keep the gases pure. Oh, you know what? It kind of makes sense. So what you're saying is that I'm gonna have to vent everything. Everything needs to go. Except for in our base. Our base, they can stay. Which is actually, some of like anything besides outside my base. You know what? Like, yeah, why do we need them, man? As long as we're not venting like our base gas. I mean, it's fine. We can destroy this entire biome if we want to. If I want to become the Joker. Joker! There's probably all the expansion of anything, man. We've been expanding a lot. Just trying to think right now, like how we want to play this. True. The one thing with slime lung is that they can't survive in oxygen. So having a deodorizer to clean up all the polluted oxygen will definitely help contain it. Because without it, I mean, that shit can spread, bro. And it can spread real quick. So I still just hate dealing with it to begin with, so. I like simplistic bases, okay? Meanwhile, his base. What the hell? Simplistic-ish. I'm so glad that they increased the reservoir, by the way. Apparently, it's a recent update. It used to be only 150 kilograms. Now it's 1,000. Man, I cannot imagine having to live with 150 kilograms, man. Just imagine. So basically, you need like six or seven in order to fill one of these. Or yeah, ugh, that's horrendous. Now, granted, we also have this room that's a vacuum that we can fill in more gas. You see, that's why people create infinite, storage. What do you call it? Infinite storage, because, like, fucking... Well, now that's 1 kilogram, and honestly, it's really good. I like it. It's enough gas where, I feel comfortable with... Now, granted, we still build a lot, but... Still better to have it than not have it, right? Especially since my primary power grid right now is operating out of natural gas. Which reminds me, how's it going on here, boys? You guys cool? Good, very good. 18. I always gotta double check to make sure that our base doesn't underheat, honestly. But I think our base is doing really good, actually. So... And I think this guy is gonna... You're done, right? You're in dormant? Yeah. So, he has already finished out his 105 cycles. So now we're dormant for 50-something cycles. Which is not that bad. Oh, yeah. It gets hot, man. Like, these things individually, they generate up to... Oh, this thing itself spews gas at 150. So, that's gonna ruin your base really quickly. So you're gonna need some minor cooling. This the only thing that this place doesn't start with is there's no cool biome. I'm pretty sure. I see that there's a lot of salt biome and stuff like that, but I don't think there's a cold biome that has Wheezewort. Wheezewort is also another way you can cool your base, by the way. At least early game, because where's that little Wheezewort little guy? I don't know where he is. But they're really good at cooling, providing early game cooling. Makes me rage quit. I understand your struggle so much, man. Oh, that's why I try to keep my water supply, like, instead of center. I used to put my water supply in the center, but then I noticed that if they ever pee, it falls directly into the water. So I usually off-center my water supply to make sure that a pee doesn't go directly down. Because usually when they pee, it's usually coming from the middle. No! Actually, am I live on the other platform? Yes. Yes, I am. Good. Actually, I don't know how aggressive YouTube is with their ads. We'll see. Yo. If water ever fails, honestly, the thing I should probably be doing, but I don't, is building a backup for what you may call it, the bathrooms. Like, it's honestly probably a good idea, because the tier 1 bathrooms, they're not as efficient, but if anything happens or go wrong with your current bathroom setup, like, they're a good failsafe, right? The only thing is that I don't know how you prevent them from going in this thing, right? Because I want them to be using this bathroom, not the lower tier bathrooms. I guess maybe put it at a lower distance or something like that. Oh, I hate that. Especially since this map is like very sandy too, man. Sand or anything that abides by gravity. I think it's mostly just sand actually. I don't think there's any other block. I mean, there's also regolith, but it's mostly sand. Sand just collapse and then they're like, oh, I'm stuck. What do I do? And especially if they're stuck in a non-oxygenated area, that's even worse because they die even quicker. Because by the time the notification gets sent to you, they're already halfway dead. So you're just sitting there being like, what do you want me to do, man? He's already halfway dead. I don't know what they expect from us, man. Sometimes I feel like they set us up to fail. I guess then again, just watch your damn dupes. Oh, that reminds me, ceramic. I need to figure out how to get clay. How do you get clay? Yeah, because I need ceramic. I'm gonna need ceramic at some point. Location produce. Oh wow, produced by. Boop 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 boop. Son of a bitch! What is this? What is this? No, there's actually only one way to get clay. Wow. That's crazy. Well, I should be producing clay because we're gonna need that clay, yo. Which means I'm gonna need to produce some polluted thing. My database is just sitting here being like, nah, dog. Actually, let's check. Ice at bottom right. I don't think so. Nope. That's hydrogen gas. What's this? Ooh, another cool water steam vent. That's gonna be useful at some point. I don't think we have ice. This game won't be easy enough. That'll make it too easy for me. Ice, or the ice biome, is the best goddamn biome. First, you get Wheezewort. And Wheezewort is a godsend, especially for early game, because it lets you, cool your base, basically. It's a heat deleter. So, very like Wheezewort. The only ice we have is this little biome right here, but that's only the frozen wake-off fossil. That's why we have that. I don't think this map actually... Oh, wait a minute. It's cold. Ah. But it's space. Yeah, space is always cold. Okay. I have no idea, brother. Because I never got to super coolant. I'm pretty sure super coolant is what you use to actually like produce all the shit that you need to produce. But you need to go into space in order to get that. You see, you need to get the full thingy, and then, well, yeah, I don't think you need to go to space to get gold in this, but this thing is definitely space material right there. And then it can actually, oh, god damn, look at that shit, man. It can go down to negative 271, and then what's the max temperature? Actually, the max temperature is only 400, dude. What the fuck? Petrol. What does crude oil burn? Crude oil. Okay. Okay. You can superheat the thing to crude oil level. Okay. Okay. I need to go to space, bro. I gotta start Hunter Space X. You know. I don't know. I'm kind of content living in my nice oxygenated bubble. Look at this. I love my oxygen. Oh wait, I need to get clay too because I need clay. I know I'm gonna need clay at some point. Which means I need a pool that can produce. I kinda want to test out theory. What? Where does this polluted to? Bro, where is this thing coming from? Oh, it probably got sucked up on one of the things. There's probably a Slixer somewhere just peeing. You little son of a. But yeah, most of the time, if I don't recognize the material, it's usually space material because, you know, like going to space and all that business. That shit's above my pay grade. Overall, though, I mean, the base is dropping in temperature, so that's good. I think I'm in God mode. I thought we disabled that. It's not L. S. SL. I. It's not I. N. G. What the fuck? I don't understand. How do I? Options. Game. Default cloud saves. Time lapse. Wait, there's a time lapse resolution? What the hell? Controls. Where's God mode, bro? I'm glad, by the way, we only dug out a tiny little section because if I dug out a big section, you better bet the Joker's coming out. Alternate view, toggle pause, conveyor overlay, just a bunch of overlay, zoom out, zoom in, copy. How the fuck did I manage to always auto like do something by accident, but I can't? Oh, I don't understand. Toggle screen mode, prioritize, tool, rotate building, management. I'm not management. Navigation, bro. What the fuck? Cinematic camera. Okay, wait. Building. Toggle open. Debug. We're probably in the debug. Okay. Okay. Debug. It's space bar? Oh, wait, no, it's backspace. Nope. It's not backspace. You goddamn lied to me. Oh, it is backspace. It is backspace. Okay. Now, how do I disable this? Oh, Control F4? No, wait. No, no way. I ain't no way, bro. I ain't pressing no F4, bro. You're not getting me with that one. Oh, F7. That does nothing. That does nothing. Am I fucked? Yes. Is my run fucked, man? What am I supposed to do? We're God now. I didn't want to be God, but now we're God. I broke the game. Ah! No, that I don't know, man. I don't think it's gonna do anything. Yep, I'm God. Oh no. Oh no. I'm doing Control F4, man. I might even press Shift F4 at this point. Oh yeah, you know, just fucking become God. Oh! And it crashed. Oh my god. I'm at this Shift L4. No, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you were too busy thinking you can. You didn't think if you should, man. guys. I mean, I don't want to start over again, but I just hit too many keys. I just hit too many keys. Wait, we'll go back to the debug menu. Maybe there's another key that can bail me out. I don't even know if it saved that many saves, man. I didn't want to become God. I didn't ask for this ability, man. Yeah, we're back. Okay, okay. Oh. Okay. We're no longer God. Let's go. Oh my God. No. The zoom key is a macro. It always press the same keys. I must have pressed backspace at some point, and then it triggered the God screen, and then that probably triggered my God thing. So, oh, that is true. But we solved it. We solved it. All we need to do was reload the game. Thank God, man. Also, I need to do the thingy a little bit. Because I need to expand my bathroom. I mean, we can just move the bathroom. Like, wait. Oh, God, this is the suit room, brother. Brother, this is the suit room. Yeah, because I want to make my bathroom larger. I probably am going to repurpose this top thing into a bathroom and then into a food thing so that we put it closer to the sleep thing. And then, what about these guys, though? These guys got to go. I'm going to repurpose this entire area, bro. I know, but honestly, we got to start flexing our wealth. So I want one bathroom per dupe. Okay? We're rich now. We gotta act rich, you know what I'm saying? I only have 2 bathrooms, man. Like, We're living like we're back in the hobo days. We're not hobos anymore. We're rich. Nah, we're not that rich, okay? We're rich, but we're not that rich. What I'm thinking is that we're going to get rid of the egg processor because we're going to be moving the farm. So there's really no point in having these egg. Why are you cold, man? Otto, don't worry, man. I have the great farm. It's already planned out. We just need to dig it, and then, we'll put it together, dude. He's gonna love it. And he's gonna like it. It's cold in here. Honestly, it is getting a little bit chilly, though. It's a little bit chilly. Because I'm a monster. I did what I have to do so that the colony can survive, okay? Honestly, though, 1, 2, 3. This is probably one of the more efficient colonies that I made. Just because, what'd you call it? Like, these guys, they have 2 bathrooms in total. They don't even have more than 2. So, like, they're eating raw food. I mean, actually, no, we cook it this time. Look at that. You see, I cook my food. Or, it's either grizzleberry, barbecue, or, I guess, paku filet, because we have, like, a billion pakus these days. No, these guys are, I don't know, man. They're being really, temperature sensitive for some reason. I guess then again, going from, 60 degrees to 100 degrees, that's a big temperature shift, man. It's not too bad. Cooking? I don't even have a mush thing, just because of how inefficient it is. But early game cooking kind of suck. I think there's like a lice bar or something like that. Yeah, lice loaf. It does add 500 calories, but it uses like 50 kilograms of water. And water, that's like the lifeblood of your colony. So like spending water early is just like, what are you doing? At least for me. I'd rather just have them eat the thing raw. Because usually water goes into air production. Pickle. It didn't show up in the thing? Pickle meal. Oh, it's because it's called pickle meal. It's still -1. I guess it probably has a longer shelf life, right? I don't know. It adds up, but at least for me, which is probably why we're like reenacting Dune, okay, man? This liquid we should never touch. Everybody must produce liquid, and that liquid, what do you call it, goes into our air production. Now we have too much liquid, so now we can spend a little bit, just a little bit, you know, just a little bit off the top. But yeah, now that we have like an actual surplus and actually reaching the top of the thing, I don't mind spending the liquid, but like, you know, to get to this point, let's just say I've been real stingy with these guys. We have a water cooler that is not even functional because what do you call it? I don't even add the liquid. Yeah, it's the Bracken. Something like that. I don't even add liquid to this thing. That's how conservative we are, man. Because water is the lifeblood of your colony, you know? You lose the water, you lose your life. Yeah, so we take the polluted water, we sleeve that, and then we output it into the plants. Because, what do you call it? I don't want to deal with it. I love plants in this game, by the way. Plants, they're great. We love them. For polluted water, tumbleweed, that shit deletes that thing like no tomorrow. And then for regular water, bristle, that shit deletes water like no tomorrow, man. Would recommend... If you have polluted, Dumble. If you have water, bristles. I love them. They're great. And they're also in the... Oh, wait. No, I don't want a regular thing, dude. What the hell? But yeah, in terms of what I use for the bathroom water, what do you call it? We get this water in a loop, and then they poop that water out. That water then gets clean, and then what do you call it? Then injects it back into the loop, and then it just it's an infinite little cycle. It's a great little cycle because it doesn't intake any excess water from our what do you call it, water tank. So, you just need a water sleeve to set it up. Honestly, I don't even think we need to have it even spin. I don't even know why. I just love things spinning. It's a problem. I have a problem, man. I just want it to spin, man. I'm pretty sure this thing will work without it spinning. I'm pretty sure. But it's just funny when it spins. I don't know why. What's wrong with my brain, man? It's just funny when it spins, you know? I mean, it gets the job done, so it's whatever, you know? And the reason why we're doing like this is because these guys produce a net plus of water. So we basically just re-inject the water back into the thing and, you know, call it a day. Is it me or these things actually move? Am I going crazy? Zoom in. Enhance. No, they do move, bro. What the fuck? Also, for some reason, I don't know. It might be an exploit, dude. For some reason, you can use germy water and it doesn't add germs to the... Well, I mean, the liquid itself is like... It's super germs, man. You want to see germs? You want to see germs on such a level? Where's a pipe? Oh, that's actually not that bad. It's only 27,000. 39,000, 50,000. That's not that bad. I thought it was in the millions. Because we kept recycling the water, but I'm looking at this. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, so we recycle most of the water that, what should I call it? Comes in from the bathroom. And then that bathroom, any excess liquid that we produce, because the bathroom itself produces excess liquid, that goes into this long series of pipes that then goes back into the plants. Because fork germy water. Me and my homies, we don't like germy water. So yeah, it's a nice closed circuit design, which I like. We should probably take one. What's the point of? I mean, wait. We do need a farmer, and you have 3 good traits. Man, but not being able to do digging though kind of sucks. But honestly, you're a farmer. You're not gonna dig to begin with. What are you? You love animals? Okay. But you're ugly. That's not bad. Honestly, fuck it, man. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. She's probably. I mean, Nails is honestly probably the better candidate because my base have negative germs and they can't get exposed to germs. So, like, she's probably the best candidate, honestly. Oh, Lindsay. God damn it, Lindsay. You had some good traits. But do I really need another digger who can dig and another guy who can supply, though? Honestly, Lindsay, fuck it. Fuck it, we roll. Boop. Welcome to the team. She can't dig, but, you know, she'll probably just do farm work for me anyways, so... I think that's the more important thing. Alright, Lindsay, you're gonna get one of the bedrooms. Congratulations. We should probably also finish building up, what do you call it, the bedrooms too, for the... I'm gonna go up to 12. I think that's the maximum number I want. Just because I think 12 is a good number. I mean, technically, I can support up to 16, but you want surpluses at the end of the day, right? So... I'm probably gonna double this up. We're gonna put one at this end and then another at this end and then double things up and then move this into the middle, I think, rather than adding an extra one to the side. I mean, I guess it doesn't. I don't know. It's more symmetrical if we move the pump to the middle, but technically we can just tag on one to the side and then it'll do its job. It'll do its job. God dang it. How's the temperature over here? So when this thing is inactive, right, and this thing needs cooling, it will get it from this thing. So there'll be ways to cool it. Interesting. Oh, dude, I forgot. He forgot. The one thing that I was gonna do is actually switch out the diamond plates because diamond is expensive. Hey, I don't want steel plates, bro. Give me aluminum. That's a good question. I don't think you know. At least for me, I'm not mentally keeping track of the math between the geyser and stuff like that. I probably should. But this one, which average output is 1500 grams per second, is able to support the thing and then some. So I'm guessing any geyser, realistically speaking, producing at whatever rate is enough to support your oxygen generation. All right, you can go back to 15. That is true if you're running it 24/7. But I'm not running it 24/7. I'm running it... I don't even know, man. Definitely not 24/7. Does it actually consume 1,000 grams per second? Oh yeah, it does. God damn! God damn! Honestly, that's a lot more than I thought. Holy crap. Huh. I guess, yeah, one cold slush thing produces enough for one exactly one of these guys. Oh, I mean, I'm not exactly one of them. Wait, call it. It produces enough for... Yeah, actually, it's one and then some because it's 1,500. And then the real water producers are probably going to be these cold steam vents because these guys produce... You son of a bitch. I need to analyze you! God damn! Alright. True. I don't know. We have water to burn, okay, man? It's time! Actually, our water levels are dropping. Don't worry about it. Overall, we're producing a net surplus. So, that's the most important thing, man. This guy? Oh yeah, this guy is dormant. Probably for the best, honestly. This little shit has been adding heat to my thing. How hot is this? How hot is this water? Oh, it's nice and toasty. You guys want to hop into 150 degrees or 67 Celsius? It's not hot enough to boil, okay, guys? God damn. Oh, the slush thing? No, it's dormant. It's done. It's gonna wake up in 50 cycles. But I mean, realistically speaking, I'm pretty sure this is how you get your water. You want water? This is water. Because this produces water at 5.3 kilograms. That one, the other guy, only produces water at... What do you call it? I guess then again, it's not concentrated, right? That's 5.3. No, it's steam though. Steam is water. No, actually, this one generates 9 kilograms. That's crazy. But wait, how long though? We gotta see the average output. Nicola, where are you, buddy? I know you exist. Don't you try to hide from me, you little shit. What is he doing? Can he not go to... Oh, it's 3 tiles. Buddy, it's just... Don't worry about it. It's not that hot. You're getting in that goddamn water. That's a good question. I don't think so, but... Actually, no, it has to, right? Because... Steam. Steam. Yeah, it does. 1,000 grams of steam is equivalent to 1,000 grams of water. So it's a 1-to-1. Oh, boo-hoo, man. Grab me a goddamn river! I need to know how much you produce, because I'm pretty sure you produce way more water compared to the brine guy. Or maybe you produce less than the brine guy. I don't know. The brine guy is producing a lot. Needs to say, though, this run is getting hard carried by this one geyser. And then I guess one day, where does this polluted shit always keep coming in here? I'm gonna become the Joker. Who's peeing? Who's peeing? Oh, you know what? It's one of the Slicksters, probably. Is there? Where are you, little shit? No, we keep leaking oil. Why are we leaking oil? Oh, that's probably why. It's not somebody peeing. It's just we keep leaking oil. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. The fact that he's not burning alive is honestly amazing. Also, does this have journey germs in it? Nope. Very good. Very nice. We should probably suit up. I should. Yeah. Gotta stop playing out scampy mode, man. Well, we gotta start flexing our wealth, you know? Like, we're finally getting to a sustainable point right now. We're finally making the big boy money. Woohoo! I think when we get to our first petroleum producer, which I'm still debating on whether or not I'm gonna produce the thing. I kind of already have plans to harvest the energy of the Mother Earth. We're gonna suck them. We're gonna suck this heat, and we're gonna use it to heat up our petrol. Might be a little bit too hot. I think we might need to install a couple doors. But we're not gonna worry about that for the time being. Okay, this guy's enough to cool down. What do you call it? This thing, so that's good. Oh, I just got a phone call. Wait. Oh, okay. Looks like I gotta go. Wait, before I go though, we must know. We must know. Do you produce more water or less water? I feel like you have to produce more water because your eruption period is 228 every 502. This guy, actually no, this guy erupts like fucking. No, wait, it's 133 to 505. I don't know, honestly. I don't know, man. Let me just see the analysis. Kowalski analysis. Bro, I know you're like in hot water and stuff like that, man, but come on. You just be a trooper, okay, man? He's underwater in over 100-degree water. You know what? That's okay, Nicola. You're doing a great job. Keep it up, kid. No, it's actually less. No. All right, but yeah. In terms of expanding our water production, well, it looks like our next water source is probably gonna be the cool steam vent. I don't know when we're gonna be doing that, so I'm just gonna lock that stuff up and pretend that it's not an issue because right now we're producing a net surplus of water, and also because I'm out cheapo, we can reduce our water consumption. So we're good for the time being. Next time we go live will be probably tomorrow. I'll probably have more time, so we can actually start building out the farms because we are gonna have to revolutionize these farms. What do you call it? Didn't get the opportunity today, but just gonna set up a couple more build order for them so that I remember like what the hell we're doing. Whoop. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. We're probably gonna start at the regular time tomorrow. We'll see. I have an interview early in the morning, so we'll see how long that takes. But yeah, for now though, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. My name's been Hunter OG. Cody, are you live? Or you know, like should I set it right over there? I'm planning to start around 2 p.m. EST Eastern Time. Oh, we'll see. We'll see, honestly. Usually like to start a little bit earlier in the evening, or at least for now. So, if this interview goes well, though, we might be being chillin'. By being chillin', I mean we might start later because the way caught, you know, we'll have a job then. All right, good. We'll raid Cody again. You can see. Wait, God, I gotta go. I mean, he's going through the early struggles, so like you know, he's definitely something to watch, especially if you're into the early game, because he's way into the early game compared to me. I'm in the mid game and I'm like killing. Dude, I cannot type to save my life. Huh. I mean, that's not a bad strategy. But yeah, I'm gonna raid. I will have to leave basically immediately. So, you know, have a fun time.
And we'll see everybody next time.